My name is PJ Howard, one of the drummers from the Revivalist, and I love J Ross TV.
What's up, y'all? This your boy J Ross hanging out with my cat PJ. We in St. Louis, hanging out in the green room. He getting ready to put it down for the Revivalist, man. But PJ only got a short minute because he got to go and update his Xbox, y'all.
That's right.
Hey, but PJ, hey man, now you drummer, man. You touring, but you a Chicago boy, man. So you up there with some heavy hitters, man. You done seen Calvin and Teddy and everybody, man. So like growing up, man, what was your influences, dude?
Man, it's so crazy because I grew up in it's a town called Bolingbrook, which is about 30 minutes outside of the city of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up like hearing about those guys like Rex and Calvin, but I never really had a chance to go and see those guys play. So I was always like on the internet, YouTube. That's how I found out about J Ross TV about 10, 12 years ago.
Yes, sir.
So I would look at the interviews of Mono Neon, of all of the guys that would come to your basement, and I would just listen and like feed off of that information. So now, fast forward in about 12, 13 years, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to live my dream with some of my friends, and it's been a blur, but it's been a blast.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, P. Like growing up, man, you sitting at home, man, you hitting on pots and pans, you missing sports events because you want to be a drummer, man. Like, is there anything like you can tell young cats that you would practice on to get your hands fast or to get your dexterity, man, where you can, multi-limb attacks or whatnot?
Yes. My number one thing that I want to share with people is your mind and your heart. Having the ability to play fast or to play a smooth groove, all that stuff is amazing, but when you professionalize your craft and your skills, you have to take some time and you want to, practice and like institute things in your mind and in your heart. Passion, persistence, honesty, and integrity. All of those qualities and characteristics will enable doors to be open for you. Not having that stuff will most definitely, like shut everything from happening. Invisible doors will never become open to you because of those fundamental characteristics aren't there.
So like say you got a super drummer, man, they can smack like a mug, man, but they got a jacked up attitude,
yes,
as opposed to somebody who can just hold the groove, but you love being around.
Yes.
So you would hire the cat less talented but who's more professional.
Yeah, so professionalism, that's one of the most important things out here on the road. Are you on time? Are you punctual? Are you respectful? And so he wants to talk about the physical parts about drumming. Yes,
yeah.
There's lots of fundamental techniques about speed and things like that, but those techniques will never develop if you don't institute discipline. Mm-hmm. So discipline means to me is that if I'm working on a paradiddle, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Yeah.
Not to start at 120, but to take it down to about 60. Because if you do it at 60, right, left, left, that builds technique, that builds, I would say, fluidity, consistency. But in like the master classes, I would say that builds feel. So once you learn how to play space and how to feel space without playing 30-second notes, that's what develops your feel and your groove.
Yeah. Hey, but let me ask you this, Pete. So how can like a church drummer, man, somebody grew up in church, they knew the church stuff, but they want to do what you do, man. How do you change your mindset or your approach to it?
That was the game changer. Crazy, man. I remember my ex-girlfriend. For real, like things kind of, she was amazing, but obviously that wasn't the one for me.
Right.
So when things when we went our separate ways, I was just like in a place where I just didn't know what to do with my life. I was just trying to soul search, and that's when I began to do my devotion every day.
Mm-hmm.
I do devotion every day and I read every day, because before I move out there into the world, I want to give God the authority over my life first.
Yes, sir.
So it's not about who I met or what I can play. It's about what God prepared me for. So now that I'm living my dream, like I feel happy and at peace. Like imagine living your dream with baggage on your back. How can you live to your fullest potential when you have all those old habits?
Mm-hmm.
So the game changer was me submitting myself to God. So it was a ton of prayer and practice. I literally, because I didn't, I knew of Calvin, Rogers, and Rex, but I didn't like have him on speed dial. I couldn't call him at all. So I never really had any, teachers to like say, hey man, do this, don't do that. So what I did have was I just prayed. So it's so cool because God gave me like the perfect curriculum for my journey.
Right.
I encompass all styles of music, but it's one thing to like learn like the genre of polka, but then go to a rock gig. So God gave me exactly what I needed for my pathway. So that's when the prayer came in. I literally prayed every day on my hands and knees. Sometimes I would stay up all night. I would turn Pandora on, and I would literally like air drum to like a Christian rock station until like the wee hours of the morning. And that stuff, like that taught me how to play to records, like how to like visualize a section, hate to ramble, but as a drummer, you want to set up the music, you want to like orchestrate the music, just like art, just like painting a picture, everything serves a purpose, playing the verse and then turning in the corner to a chorus. You need to learn how to like set that up, with dynamics, with finesse, with the synergy and the energy from the band, so much.
Well, let me ask you then, Pete. Well, you up at night, you praying, man. You asking God for the favor, man. So like, what did like fear was in your mind, like of the big picture? Like one day I got to step out on this thing.
Big time.
So how did you knock that fear down?
Oh man, see, I didn't knock it down. Somebody knocked it down for me. So I pray for God. I literally asked God to put me on His shoulders and to walk for me, because I know that I don't have it in I don't have it in the tank. If I approach this journey alone, I'm gonna fail. I did fail. So it's like there was no walls that I needed to break down because I'm not strong enough to break them down. So somebody went far ahead of me and broke them down so I can walk right through them. So, to just more detail, it's like you need to know who you are. Like you need to soul search and figure out, what type of person you are. Stay away from certain things that you don't have no business, getting yourself involved in. So, that's that.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, once again, we in St. Louis, y'all. We at the Pageant Concert Hall, getting ready for the concert. Got my boy PJ Howard in, getting ready to hit with the Revivalist, drum extraordinaire, man. But before we let him go, because he got to go update his Xbox once again, y'all. Hey, Pete, let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this about, like you was talking earlier about professionalism, man.
Yeah.
So what, in your opinion, what is the number one thing that a young cat who's just coming out, what's the pitfall he have to look out for?
Oh man! So
say it's his first time on the road. Say it's his first time on the road with the Revivalist.
Easy.
It's a new bass player. What would you tell him?
I would tell him to just relax, breathe, open your ears, open your mind. Like don't be married to anything. Not like physically, but as an example, don't come into a situation, like this is the way it's going to be, blah 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 blah. So I would learn the music, hands down. Learn the music. If you have to chart it out, and approach everything with open hands.
Okay.
You come out here and you have a good time, and you open your mind and you open your ears, and you share your love. You're gonna do great.
Yes, sir. Hey, tell folks how they can find you, man. Check you out.
Instagram, PJ How 2. Facebook, Paulette PJ Howard. Twitter, Paulette PJ Howard, or at Paulette PJ Howard. You can find my band anywhere and everywhere. Yeah.
All right, y'all. This your boy J Rose hanging out with PJ. We in the Lou. We gonna let them bounce, y'all. We 10 million strong and we gone. Peace.
Take it easy.